Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. Today, we will present on our study on climate change and environmental issues awareness among Malaysians. Climate change is always discussed in everywhere, whether in social media, newspaper or even conference. Recently, Greta Thunberg's speech in United Nations or UN has become viral on everywhere. Although the speech is praised by people, yet it is criticized by some people. However, the main point of her view is about climate change. So, what is climate change? Why it is being discussed by everyone? Why, and why? For your information, the world population is estimated to reach 7.7 billion of people and even can reach 10 billion on 2050, according to United Nations statistics. This make us think whether our planet can sustain the rapid growth of human. Will the rapid growth of human activity will cause the climate change to be worse? Firstly, what is the definition of climate change? According to NASA on 2014, climate change can be defined as changes unusual weather in specific place. This includes extreme weather, extreme dry weather in some places and rising of sea level, especially on coastal settlement, that can be affect the daily life of human there. Although some people may not know about climate change, but researchers around the world have produced various of research in order to us to know better about climate change. Even in international level, most countries have done plan to counter climate change. For example, introducing the Sustainable Development Goals or SDG in Brazil 2012.
However, this way is not effective enough if people are being ignorant and lack of awareness on climate change. The role of spreading awareness of climate change is job of everyone from individual, society and government. Badruddin on 2015 said that even environmental organization plays an important role to raise awareness and maintain research in order to help the government to create policies regarding this issue. From here, we can observe that the awareness of people, including Malaysians, regarding climate change increase on everywhere. But is it so? So here, we have done a survey to measure public awareness of climate change among Malaysians. The objectives of this research are to measure the literacy of the societies among climate change and environmental issues, to raise the awareness of societies regarding climate change and environmental issues. We hope that the results of this survey and analysis can be used by important entities in Malaysia, like government, to create education syllabus and policy to counter climate change.
For your information, we have done the survey via online and it is spread via social media like WhatsApp and Instagram among the sample population in the area of Seri Iskandar, Trono, Batu Gajah and Ipoh in the state of Perak. Basically, the survey is divided to 4 sections, which are general environmental concerns, global environmental issues, general views about environment and personal information. Please be noted that the data of the respondents are kept privately and strictly be used for research purposes. So let us have a look on key points of the analysis here.
The first question that will be highlighted is to select 3 issues that concern the respondent. From here, we can see that the top 3 issues are air pollution, pollution of rivers and seas, and flooding. From these results, we think that these issues are chosen because first, on September, Perak has encountered the worst haze that caused schools to be closed, reduced air visibility, bad odor of air and health issues among residents. At the same time, the rivers here are also to be found to be filled with rubbish and debris. We also found that flood always happens, especially in low areas and places that have bad drainage system, which happens at Block 14 in UTP a few weeks ago.
The second main point is to know whether people have heard of climate change. From our observation, about 88.2% of respondents have heard of climate change, while 9.8% are not sure about that. The rest has not heard of climate change. From the demographic view, it is observed that both male and female respondents have heard of climate change. It is also observed that most people have heard climate change regardless of their education background, whether they are from secondary school until higher level of education. This shows that effectiveness of school syllabus that include climate change in every subject, especially in science.
The third main point asked the respondents whether the issue of climate change to be important to them or not. All except one of them considered the issue to be important, which is a staggering 97.7% of them. Quite a number of them were concerned about it, as they mentioned that it affects their future and their daily lives. This statistic and information alone tell us how much the climate change have affected us. Thus, we should support those who are fighting for a better future by doing our part, which is by doing climate change related activities.
So, the third main point is to ask some questions about global environmental issue. Respondents are required to rate whether they agree or disagree on the statement given from scale 1 to 5, where 1 means strongly disagree, while 5 is strongly agree. The average score will be calculated and analyzed. If the average score is more than 3, all the respondents tend to agree on that statement and vice versa. The lowest average score that we obtain is 2.50 on statement P. Statement P asks respondents whether they are agree if pollution from industries is the main cause of climate change. But this is quite surprising because, as we know, factories usually emit high concentration of greenhouse gases. This might be caused by assumption that only burning fossil fuel by car that only contributes to the pollution. Here, in this case, people tend to most agree on the first statement, which is we all can do our bit to reduce the effect of climate change with score of 4.58. This shows that Malaysians, regardless of gender and background, are willing to cooperate to play their role in order to save the planet, which also supports the previous question main point. So, as a conclusion, we found that Malaysians are really aware on climate change despite their age and gender. We also found in the survey, most of them are willing to play their role in order to save the earth. Before we end our video, we also like to suggest that for future researchers to improve the survey method by enlarging the size of sample to get a broader and better data statistic for analysis. So we hope that this video will be useful and beneficial to people who watch this. Thank you.